Groupthink in a military context. Groupthink in a military setting refers to a group's tendency to prioritize unity over critical thinking. It happens when the push for agreement leads to poor decisions, especially under pressure. This can result in flawed strategies, ignored risks, and reduced mission success. To counter this, military planning must encourage diverse opinions and constructive debate. Aboard the planned carrier Liaoning, Rear Admiral Chen Wei stepped onto the bridge of the Liaoning, the flagship of the People's Liberation Army Navy, planned strike fleet in the Taiwan Strait. A seasoned aviator, Chen was the senior carrier division commander, now tasked with leading after the loss of Admiral Zhang. "You come highly recommended by Admiral Liu," said Captain Zhao Jun, gesturing to a letter. Chen waved it off. Liu exaggerated. "I just passed on someone else's idea." "You were on the Shandong when it was hit, correct?" Zhao asked. "Yes, sir," Chen replied. "I was in the Combat Information Center. Only me and Captain Xu Peng escaped." Chen picked up the phone, dialing 3 digits. "Send Captain Xu to join me." Zhao nodded. "You, me, and my operations officer will review that attack. I want to know if we missed anything." "They won't damage my carrier, Chen. That's why you're here. Your group was too far west in the strait given the situation. Taiwan's move to fortify the Penghu Islands disrupted our plans. We'll correct that." Chen nodded. "Understood, sir." On the escort frigate Nanjing, Lieutenant Li Ming flicked his cigarette over the side, arms crossed, gazing at the Liaoning on the horizon. Its gray silhouette loomed, with J-15 fighters landing on its deck. "My story's supposed to be about the convoy," said Jiang Wei, a journalist, sniffing. "But they're docking now. Story's over." Li grinned. "You made me famous, didn't you?" Jiang snapped. "You pilots are all the same. The captain won't even tell me where we're headed." Li raised an eyebrow. "You don't know?" "Where are we going?" Jiang pressed. "Combat Information Center, Liaoning." Chen stood in the Combat Information Center, eyes on the displays. Submarines worried him most. 8 planned submarines formed a barrier in the Taiwan Strait, east of the Penghu Islands, supported by Y-8Q patrol aircraft from Fujian. This blocked one route for enemy submarines to reach the fleet. More submarines ran parallel to the fleet's path, backed by carrier-based KJ-500 aircraft operating around the clock. The Ministry of Defense had leaked that an army division was headed to Fujian for a counteroffensive. In reality, the amphibious ships were 20 miles from the Liaoning, steaming on course 045, 400 miles from their true target. Wardroom, Nanjing. At dinner, Jiang Wei noted, "We're not heading east anymore." Li agreed, chewing the last fresh vegetables aboard. "I think we're moving south now." "Tell me what's happening," Jiang demanded. "I'm cut off from satellite feeds." "We're screening the Liaoning's battle group," Li said. "But at 25 knots, it's tough to keep up." Jiang frowned. "This is risky." "War is risk," Li replied. "I'm paid to do it, not like it." "Isn't the escort mostly Japanese?" Zhang asked. "Yes," Li said. "That's a story you can use. But if you publish it, and a Taiwanese agent reads it, they could pass it to their command." "How?" Zhang asked. "Communications are restricted." "They have satellites like us," Li said. "We have 2 transmitters on this frigate. Ever think one could be hidden in a backyard? The whole group's on blackout. No one's transmitting." Captain Wang arrived, taking his seat. "Where are we going?" Jiang asked. Wang smiled. "Just found out. Can't say. Nanjing and Qingdao will stay with the Liaoning group, now called Dragon Force. More help's coming. The Shandong is reloading missiles and joining Japan's Izumo. They'll operate close when they catch up. We're on outer picket, starting anti-submarine work in 4 hours. Tough to match the carrier's speed, though." Mission briefing, Liaoning, Chen, switched slides in the projector. "These satellite images are 2 hours old. Taiwan has 3 mobile radars here, here, and here, moved daily. 2 are likely active at Penghu. We face 5 Type 11 missile launchers, 4 missiles each. These are serious threats. Expect hundreds of shoulder-fired missiles, too. Photos show 6 mobile anti-aircraft guns, no fixed ones visible, but they're camouflaged. At least 5, maybe 10 J-10 fighters remain. They've survived our strikes. That's the opposition at Penghu." The wing operations officer outlined the mission. It sounded formidable to Chen and likely to Taiwan's forces. Airstrike launch. 50 minutes later, the first aircraft launched. KJ-500 early warning planes with J-15 escorts. They flew to within 80 miles of Penghu, their radars sweeping the formation. More KJ-500s extended coverage against air and submarine-launched missiles. Taiwanese ground radars detected the KJ-500s before their systems activated. They saw two slow aircraft outside missile range, each with two J-15s in figure-8 patterns. Alarms sounded. Pilots rushed to their J-10s and missile crews manned stations. The Taiwanese air commander, Major Lin Hao, had 2 kills, but had been shot down once. Wary of traps, he ordered his fighters to 20,000 feet, orbiting over Penghu to conserve fuel and stay within friendly missile range. Their radar receivers detected more KJ-500s east and west. Lin requested a strike by Taiwan's Xiongfeng missiles, but was asked to pinpoint the planned fleet's location instead. He cursed, knowing the radar aircraft were tempting targets, but suspecting a trap. The attack. J-16 fighters went in low from the south at 500 knots, carrying YJ-12 missiles. J-15s followed at high altitude. As they passed the KJ-500s, the J-15s locked onto the circling J-10s and fired CJ-10 missiles. The J-10s scattered, guided by ground radar. The J-16s popped up 30 miles out, just beyond missile range, and launched 4 YJ-12 missiles each, targeting Taiwanese search radars. The radar operators faced a dilemma: keep radars on and risk destruction, or turn them off and lose track of the air battle. They switched systems on and off randomly, hoping to confuse the missiles. Most crews turned their radars off entirely. The CJ-10s arrived first, disrupting Taiwanese ground control. The YJ-12s followed, destroying 2 radar transmitters and damaging 2 others. Air battle. The planned mission commander was frustrated. The Taiwanese fighters hadn't engaged. 3 squadrons of J-15s streaked in low from the north. Taiwanese radars, back online, detected them. Lin saw his chance. The J-10s matched the J-15s in capability. The J-15s targeted missile launchers, firing guided missiles. 2 J-15s fell to missiles, 2 to guns, as they bombed ground targets. The J-10s dove in. The planned pilots, warned but focused on bombing, couldn't react immediately. Free of their payloads, the J-15s climbed, fearing J-10s more than missiles. The air battle was chaotic. The similar aircraft were hard to distinguish at 600 knots. Both sides hesitated, wary of friendly fire. The fight became a close-range gun duel, punctuated by surviving Taiwanese missiles. Controllers lost control. Pilots fought alone, weaving through high G turns, struggling to identify targets. The J-15's gray paint gave them a slight edge at range. 2 J-15s fell first, then a J-10, followed by another J-10 to cannon fire and a J-15 to a missile. An errant missile hit both a J-10 and a J-15. Major Lin, screaming for his missile crews to hold fire, fired his cannon at a J-15, missed, and chased it. The J-15 damaged a J-10's engine. Lin, low on fuel, ignored warnings and fired his last missile, hitting a J-15's engine. As his own engine failed, he ejected, watching the J-15's tail shatter. 4 kills, he thought, splashing into the water. Commander Yang Lei, with a broken wrist, ejected nearby. Activating his rescue radio, he saw another raft. Paddling one-handed, he met Major Lin, who pointed a gun. "You're my prisoner," Lin said. "I'm Commander Yang Lei. Plan," Yang replied. "Who got you?" "No one," Lin said. "Out of fuel." He waved the gun. "You're my prisoner." Yang laughed. "Nonsense, Major. Keep that gun. Sharks might be around." Lin paled. "Sharks?" Yang tucked his injured arm into his flight suit. "Third time I've gone swimming. Last time I saw sharks after 12 hours. Got any repellent?" Lin, confused, watched Yang dip a plastic envelope in the water. "Let's tie our rafts," Yang said. "Safer." Lin helped, setting his gun down. Obsessed with surviving after combat, he feared sharks. "What a morning!" Yang groaned, his wrist throbbing. Lin nodded, scanning the vast sea. His radio was gone, torn away in ejection. "Where's land?" he asked. "About 25 miles that way," Yang said, laughing coldly. "Same ejector seats, huh? This arm hurts."